This is week 12, Wednesday, day 23rd. Starting to wrap things up, finishing up DHCP, VLANs. They're doing those things on a multi-layered switch connected to a layer 2 switch. Talking about NAT, port address translation. Here we're talking about just a single address. Talk about spinning labs, or continue to talk about spinning labs. Here we reviewed the example where we took a port on the router, connected it to a port on the switch. We had these two ports. They were on VLAN 1. Put a PC on one of them, and we configured this with IP version 6. We first saw, we can demo here, we first saw how the router gave an address to the switch. We set up the PC so it would get an address from the router and then get its DNS from the DHCP server. Then we set up where the PC got everything from the DHCP server, which is in the router. And we talked about a few other things. We reviewed how you added IP addresses in the multi-layer switch to each of the VLANs. We talked about what would if you had a web server on there, if you had a printer, and we talked about excluding DHCP, excluding an address, DHCP excluding a block of addresses to allow for other items. And we're going to do more of that with NAT. So, let's keep moving. Week 13 already. 3 weeks left. Day 23rd, this is Monday. Reviewed DHCP. Students made sure they had PCs that would get an address on their network. Then we did NAT topics and did some lab work. Talked about static, dynamic, and PAT, port address translation. This is what we did today, on Monday. Here was a scenario. We took and directly connected everybody's router to the switch. To the switch. Okay. This default gateway in the switch, actually up there in this cloud, is a multi-layered switch. And there is a VLAN in there, and that is the address for that VLAN. We use DHCP to get this address, and then we set up NAT. And when we did that, we had inside address, outside address, and then we had to give the NAT command and the access list. Okay. and it is working for everybody. Now, our next step is to think about what if we had a server that we want to access remotely. So then we would need to do static NAT. Okay, I'm going to put that server on VLAN 20. I'm going to give the students a pool of addresses. Okay, we're going to take them from this group. So, for example, Andy, he'd have 15. Zach, he'd have 16 in this pool of addresses. You could use anything here that you want as long as you use the right number there. And so then we just assigned them by routers. So here you're going to set up static NAT. We're going to do this on Wednesday. You're going to create a pool, and you can set static NAT for your servers and printers and so forth. In our case, we're going to set up a server. Alright, that's it.